I got the resident on TiVo. I got past the infamous walk past the sycophants, through the bulk of the Mutual Admiration Society's part of the speech. Then they talked about having reached the goal of a balanced budget 3 years ahead of time when we're trillions of dollars in debt. There's no balance to this budget. It's just it's a trick of accounting. Same way that Enron was brought down, he's brought that same type of accounting to the White House. They're not counting the billions upon billions of dollars that we're spending in Iraq, because that's on a credit card, so they don't have to include that in that balanced budget he talks about. And they include Social Security deposits, what they take out of your paycheck, that big chunk of money. And the whole 13% comes out of your paycheck. Don't be fooled by the fact of your employer paying half of it. They include that as income into the general treasury without admitting that it's supposed to be set aside to pay for your retirement. So it's all smoke and mirrors. And as he sits there, I got him on the boob tube. TiVo's going to listen to it so that I can digest it in bits and pieces. I don't have the intestinal fortitude to take them in one lump sum. I end up yelling at that idiot box, which is probably good for, my health. Gets rid of the bile that builds up by yelling, but sure as hell doesn't do any good. The only hope I feel is in these little communicative bits that you and I are engaged in. Even if only one other person sees this, and even if that person ridicules my stance, still the idea permeates and begins to spread that a third choice is possible. It's not Republicans or Democrats. They're cut from the same cloth. Don't be fooled. Yeah, they approach it a little different. The chains of the Democrats are velvet lined is the only real difference. The main contributor and policy setter is AIPAC, American Israeli whatever. And as long as our politicians have to take their money, what they're estimating, $500 million total for the top two contenders for the presidency in 2 years. $500 million to get a $300,000 a year job. Something's wrong with that picture. And then what do? You get to go before the nation once a year and try to create an image of a compassionate, hardline leader. Bush is not a leader. He's a puppet on a string. Even if there's no conspiratorial shadow government pulling his strings, he's very limited by the time in which he rules. Constrained by reality. They have invented exterior threats to scare the gullible peoples of America into fearing for their lives that they might be hurt by terrorists. They give up their liberties. Well, I think that's a lousy trade. And I ain't willing to go for it and do everything within my power to fight the tide. Right above it, slip around it, head up the shore. Good night and good luck. It's a show, people. It's nothing but a show. Don't fall for it. Into the circle file.